Hey there, record loving friends. Brian, your old pal Brian from Tokyorecordstyle. I am coming again, not reluctantly, but because my stream yesterday got interrupted by a phone call. Um, I was talking about a few things related to my channel, and I had to cut the stream short because I got a phone call and I didn't really get to finish everything that I wanted to say. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all out today, but hopefully there won't be another phone call. Now, a few things to say. Like if there's ever a contest, if there's ever a raffle, I, this is somebody had said like on a stream, I think like 3 days ago. I was doing like a vox pop man on the street, and I moved the camera from one place to another, and I'm talking and I'm trying to make sure the levels are okay, and I'm talking to the person and I'm trying to keep the conversation going, and the chat's going, and somebody's saying you've hit the mute button, but I'm like juggling 5 balls at the same time, and I didn't notice it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, and luckily I saw it in time, and somebody had said in the comments, "Classic Brian." And I thought, actually, that's really, really on point, because I don't know what I did in the last life that I had, but somehow this life that I'm living right now, I I'm like, that's the story of my life a little bit. It's sort of like a confederacy of dunces, and at the same time, it's like I've won the jack. I keep winning the prize and like breaking the prize as I get back to the seat. It's like that kind of like hubris. I don't quite get it, but a couple years ago for Christmas, I think maybe I've told this story on the channel before, but we won the raffle at the Christmas party, and it was a Star Wars Stormtrooper snow globe Bluetooth speaker that went dun 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 dun, and it had these like menacing stormtroopers in this white snow dome kind of thing. And it was a grand prize, and it was from the MoMA store, and it was a very nice gift. It was like $200. It was expensive, and of course they called the raffle name, and it was me, and I win every year. I don't know, I don't get it. And everybody, it's like one of these things where like it irritates people, I win so much it like irritates people. Which is, I don't know, like it's kind of par for the course. I sometimes, when these raffle things open, I hope I don't win. I like pray to win. And just this year at my kids at the dance recital, there's an auditorium of 1,000 people, and of course they call my name, and I have to stand up as the one foreigner in the entire sea of Japanese people, and I have to be like, oh, what are the chances? I don't know what that's about. There was a tree that was struck by lightning on my street growing up, and it had this awesome spiral sort of marking on it after it got hit by lightning, and I was really enamored by that. Grew up looking at it every single day. Anyway, somebody had said as I was going live, typical Brian, his audio's muted, and yes, it kind of is typical Brian. And yesterday, when that was like 3 days ago when that mishap happened, and then yesterday I got a phone call in the middle of the stream, and just in case anybody cares to know, the phone call came in, and I'm on my phone right now, and I pressed the dismiss call. It was my mother, and but as soon as I saw the call, I just wanted to say goodbye to you guys and then sign off and then call her right back, because, God, my parents are getting up there, and it's a little stressful to get phone calls from your parents a little bit. They're fine, but it's just, and then I dismissed the call with the intention of just saying, okay, guys, I gotta go call my mom back. Maybe something's going on. And before I could even get that out, she called back, which really made me panic, because, she's calling me twice. What's going on? But when I dismissed the call, it muted the stream. it muted my stream, and you guys were saying it's muted. Now I don't know, maybe I don't think I pressed the mute button. I just pressed the dismiss button. But when you get a phone call in the middle of a stream, it could possibly derail your stream, FYI. I don't know if you can disable phone calls, but I don't want to disable phone calls, so it's a price you pay for swinging for the fences, okay? So there's that. So I'm sorry about that, but I was in the middle of thanking some people, and I wanted to, excuse me, I want to wrap that up. This is specifically for them. And just to share my thoughts about the people who've been supporting Tokyo Record Style, I really wanted to put out some good gratitude intentions yesterday, and I was like, I was trying to get it out yesterday because I hadn't gotten it out the day before, and I had, like, every chance I've had to try to say what I've been trying to say, I've been interrupted, or I've had to cut the stream short for something. So anyway, really, this is not meant to be a stream of any kind of, well, I don't want to say without substance, but it's just specifically for a handful of you guys to say thank you. I want to say that the channel, again, I'm going to repeat some things that I mentioned yesterday, but I want to repeat that the channel is like just feeling like real good vibes lately. I'm just like, there's like been so many great DMs and comments and really engaging conversations going, and I just really appreciate it. There's been a lot of you guys who have left really encouraging comments, and sometimes like really thoughtful and thought-provoking, and we've gotten a little bit of dialogue. I feel a little bit bad for my buddy 4D and I had a little bit of a, like, we had a lot of discourse going back and forth, and then there was a little bit of like friction, and anyway, but there's still a lot of engagement on the channel, and it's just feeling like really, really good lately. And I want to send out a big thank you to all the people who've been like really engaging with the channel, and I want to talk about that just for a little bit. So the impetus for this was that, like, JBB is a channel name, and JBB left me 2 consecutive super chats, like on 2 streams in a row, and both of them I left the stream thinking, dang it, I didn't really take that to heart. I didn't really take stock of that generous gift, and I wanted to do that. And he had made I think I got the idea out basically on the last stream, but I just want to thank him again, and because I don't have the chance to thank him any other way, because he's like an anonymous YouTuber. And I can't DM him, and I don't know his Instagram or her Instagram. I don't know who the person is, but they've left repeated super chats, and I really appreciate that. And this month maybe has been the biggest month on my YouTube channel to date, and I don't know if it's good, or I don't know if I should disclose the amount, but it was enough. I'll tell you, it was an amount enough to buy me a new hard disk, which I am saying is feeding back into the channel, because I'm out of disk space, and I can't work fluidly without more space. So that's quite meaningful, because that money that it costs to buy a new disc, and when I buy discs, I shoot in RAW, as a photographer, I shoot in the highest resolution files, and even though I'm not a cinematographer or anything like that, I want to shoot in 4K, or my 360 camera is like 8K, and those files get to be like, pretty big, and so I want them to be, I'm shooting at night a lot, because I'm shooting, I can. And I'm shooting at night often, which means low light. And if you shoot at 1020p, then you lose a lot of fidelity. And that little bit of resolution adds a lot to the quality. And I think it's important. Maybe it's not, but I think it's important. And anyway, yeah, this month, like, I was shocked. I was kind of like, wow, that's gonna, like, that hard disk purchase doesn't have to come out of my pocket. It can come out of these amazing supporters that I have. So I just want to say thank you very much. there's a little list of people I want to send a shout out to. Bryce Suzuki. I said some of them on the last stream, but I want to go through them again. And I'm probably going to forget some people, but I want to send a big shout out to Bryce Suzuki. Bryce has been a big supporter of the channel, and from the very beginning, he's been encouraging from day one. And I really appreciate you, Bryce. Thank you so much for always, I just feel like, you're in my corner, so that's a really empowering feeling. So I really appreciate you. Jim Kleinfelter is a member. He's a paid member on my YouTube channel, and I haven't spoken to Jim Kleinfelter in years. And he's a photography friend of mine in Portland, Oregon. Very cool cat, and he publishes a really great series of mini books called Little Fields. I haven't seen one in a little while, but he does an annual or biannual publication, a little thing that's just really, really cool. He comes to Japan all the time. Jim Kleinfelter. Search for him, photography Jim Kleinfelter. Really cool cat, really great photographer, uses interesting mediums and cameras, and he actually gifted me a camera. It was meant to be, a long time ago, it was meant to be like a proper trade, and he got the shitty end of the stick, and I got real lucky on it, and I've always felt a little bit bad about that. So Jim, I don't think I was really mature enough to accept such a generous gift so long ago, and I don't know if I've ever acknowledged that. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry that I didn't really. Thank you for your generosity way back when, and thank you for still supporting freaking the channel all these years later. I really, really appreciate it. He's not a Patreon, but he's a member of the YouTube membership. I have 4 tiers of YouTube membership, just as an experiment. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't claim that it's worthwhile for anybody to subscribe, but I want to make it worthwhile, and I'm aiming for that. And even though I'm just getting going, the idea is that there will be genuine value for the people who are supporting. But right now, I look at these people as like they're investing in me, which is an incredibly empowering feeling. They're like, they don't need a return on their super chats and their contributions and their memberships. They just want to see, they just want to, and they're not even asking for a shout out or anything like that. They just want to genuinely support the channel. I know that to be the fact, but I do want to acknowledge them. Ninja Cat Matt in the house. Hey, buddy. Oh gosh, I never remember GSTY. Good to see you. That's it. Good to see you. I got dibs on the bottom T. I got dibs on the bottom T. Which is the bottom T? Bottom tier. Okay. Yeah, man. So appreciate you, Ninja Cat Matt, always leaving some comments on the stream, always encouraging me, sending me a little encouraging chats between the streams. Thank you for that. This is a gratitude stream, so I didn't get to finish it yesterday. Anyway, Bryce Suzuki, Jim Kleinfelter, Barry Brendan. I don't know Barry Brendan, but shout out to Barry Brendan. He's in my YouTube memberships. Thank you, Barry Brendan. He's been there for a year. He's I don't remember what tier he's at exactly, but I basically have the $2 tier, the $5 tier, the $12 tier, and the like $30 tier, and nobody's at the $30 tier. And the $30 tier really was just to throw it out there and see if the spaghetti sticks at the wall. But the notion there is that I would make myself available for a brainstorm session. I'd make myself for a one-on-one. I'm not a consultant, but help you workshop your plan, whatever it might be. And I would find value in that if I had somebody who I really could just riff off of, and that maybe it would be worth it to me. So but Barry Brendan is one of the YouTube members, and it's really not insignificant. It adds up. Every month it really, really adds up. Stuart in Nashville, dude ass face, who has sent me records, who has given me outrageously generous super chats numerous times, sometimes multiple times on the same stream, and who I'm starting to feel a little bit like, not burdened is the wrong word, but like starting to feel like, oh God, I need to like do something special for Stuart, because it's just the generosity has been like off the scale. And actually, Stuart, I've got something in the works for you, and I'm excited about it. So that's going to be fun. So be on the lookout for something. And this is another thing that kind of started this thought process, is that I was talking to my kid the other day, and we were talking about maybe it's time that we start buying each other, or we start gifting each other. To give is to receive, and like it's the holidays and it's the season of giving, and instead of like always expecting to get something on Christmas, maybe we should think about giving to each other as a family. And my kids have luckily, not to sound anyway, but they've been volunteering. I have a volunteer project that I do, and my kids have been very involved in it from the very beginning, and they understand, they understand that not everybody has had the privilege that they've had, and they understand they've been involved directly, not through their schools and not through their, not obliged by the system per se, but by our family. And so they've had a couple of opportunities to understand that these people don't have what we have, so we ought to do something for them. So that luckily they have a bit of that. But when it comes Christmas time, they're like consumeristic as I was when I was a kid. So I want them to understand that they, like it's not just the season of giving is just not about giving to them, it's about giving to others too. So I see some comments coming in. You are unique and educational watch, dude. Thank you, Ninja Cat Matt. That is very nice. Tokyo as a paid channel member, what does one get? Thanks, Brandon. Thank you for that question. At the moment, I admit it's pretty lackluster offering. I would like it to be a lot better. Essentially, what you get, it's like one of these situations where I'd like to build something together, to be honest. And in fact, it's very much in the construction phase. I'm just coming clean, and I'm very bad at following the things that I'm promising on my thing. And maybe it's false advertising, and I should be sued or something. And but the intentions there, I know that doesn't really count for much. But basically, the friends. The bottom level is I do these ridiculous live take ones, and they're silly. These take one, I call them take one concerts for one. I play piano at my piano. I have a piano at my house, and I play these silly songs, and I play them publicly. And I play music so poorly, and I sing so out of key, and not that anybody would want to go watch them, but I play them publicly, and then I put them then I make them private. So those are only available to the first tier members. Then I'll make a stream like this, which I call, what do I call these? I have some musing, it's like Ask Me Anythings and things. I forgot, I've got a couple of different like names for these stream of consciousness streams. And the car ones, I do the same thing. I make them live, I broadcast them live to the public at large, and then after they go live, most of them, not all of them, but most of them go behind the membership thing, and that's only available to the friends members. And then the homies, I think I'm ignoring them right now, the like $8 tier, and then they get everything that the other two tiers get. And I think I have one person in there, and I think I've sent them a few things in the mail. And then the top tier would be like a monthly one-on-one sort of consultation. So yes, Ninja Cat Matt says oddly entertaining. Brian live on piano. Yes, oddly entertaining. I think that's apt. I will take that as praise. Oddly entertaining. It would be oddly entertaining to me too. But I will say I'm singing and playing in the spirit of, I'm not gonna say punk, because I'm not really a punk. I'm like 10% punk. But in the spirit of, you know, how to put it? I mean, Neil Young is a big inspiration. Neil Young and Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips. I don't think either of those guys are great singers, and yet they sing. And even like I was watching like Leon Russell the other day, and Leon's got such a cool voice. He's got that Dr. John, you know, Randy Newman, so distinguishable voice. And but he's like, it's not a gorgeous voice, and I want to say it's in key, but it's sort of like, you know, he's all over the key a bit in a creative and lovely way, but maybe he's not the best example. Anyway, the point is that I don't think you have to be a great artist, you don't have to be so talented to be a great artist. You just have to have a lot of passion for it. And I'm interested in passion, and I'm interested in beautiful art, obviously, but I like the spirit of it. You know, I'm curious about the spirit of art. I see all these people making like things that just don't identify with me at all, but in music all over the place, all this stuff, I'm like, who likes this, you know? But somebody does. There's a market for it. So what am I missing? You know, I said something on a stream recently about wanting to be moved. I saw a woman on a reel say something to the effect of, I don't believe that, she was talking about being outspoken on social media about your political views. And she was responding to this notion that it doesn't mean anything. It's pointless to voice your strong opinions on social media. A lot of people say, like, you're not changing anybody's mind by shouting. And she was saying, no, I've been out here shouting my mind since I was 14 years old, and this is what I do, and it's made a difference in my world. And I dismiss the notion that it's pointless. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, oh shit, I do this all the time. I go so far off on a tangent, I can't find my way back. Oh, and she was just saying that she was so set in her, she was so convicted. She was bragging about how much conviction she has. I feel like I want to brag about my, I don't want to say like lack of conviction or my spinelessness, but my ability to be moved. And I don't remember how I got on that, but anyway, I'm rambling. There's a few more people I want to thank. Yeah, the piano. What were we talking about? Piano. We're talking about playing music. Anyway, those tears. Yeah, there's tears. I want to be better at. So this is the way my mind just goes a little bit faster than my mouth. But JBB, this guy who keeps giving me super chats and who I feel guilty that I'm not thanking enough, on his last super chat, he said something like, yo, Tokyo Book Fair, December 19th and something. He threw out some dates at the this upcoming book fair in Tokyo that he knew about better than me, probably because he's interested in books. And the Tokyo Art Book Fair is a really cool festival. I've been a handful of times, and I haven't been in a few years, and I kind of forgot about it. And it moves from year to year, so it's not an easy festival to follow. But if you're in the bookmaking world, it's like a big deal. And like art books is really interesting. It's sort of like private pressings of a record. These people, they publish, 100 books or 1,000 books, and they're these really like super awesome collector items. And they don't make them like books that you buy at at Barnes and Noble or some like bookstore. They're very much like handmade books. And his super chat came with a comment about the Tokyo Art Book Fair, and I don't think he was strongly suggesting, but he was lightly suggesting, hey, maybe that's a nice video. And subtext, as a Patreon of your channel, as a subscribed member, maybe that would be something that if it's not too much to ask, I would love it if you would make a video so that I could check it out, being from far away and not being there. And I thought to myself, thank you, JBB, great recommendation. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for you. And not only will it be great content, and not only will it be fun to make, and not only will I'll level up my knowledge of the Tokyo Art Book Fair, but it will be a gift to me to be able to give it as a gift to JBB. So that is something that I would like to bake into the membership situations. Not that you have to be a member to like get a video made for yourself, but that kind of thing. I want to have like some systems where, and maybe they'll take me a year to make, but like I want to have some systems where I can, oh goodness gracious, I want to have some systems where the supporters get a say in the channel. That's what I want to say. Hey, Psycho Platter's in the house. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. Express yourself, says Ninja Cat Matt. This platform is not a job for 99% of us. It's a hobby and promotional tool at best. Okay, hold on. I would tread lightly on donations and money stuff. No? Okay, here's what I would say to everybody who, I hear that a lot, and thank you for that question, Brendan. This platform is not a job for 99% of us. Okay, so I hear this a lot. You know, like, I'm not here to make money. It shouldn't be about money, and it shouldn't be like I tread lightly, and you know, then it raises this question of like, if you're accepting donations, and if you're a shill, or if you're accepting like free promos, and then you're shilling out then you're dishonest and you can't be trusted because you've been paid off, or things like this. And that YouTube isn't a job. Okay, well, I mean, where are you? Can I ask where you're from? I don't know if it matters, Brendan, but can I ask where you're from? The reason I ask is because if you're not from the States, are you from the States? I'm curious to know. Take care, Matt. See you around. Do you happen to be from the States? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if this is a particularly, American thing, but I grew up in suburban America, and I had a paper route. I mowed lawns, I raked leaves, I cleaned swimming pools, I had little part-time jobs in the summertime. I sawed logs and cut firewood. I worked at the Christmas tree lot. And I'm not talking about like, one time. I'm talking about like every year, all year long. I worked my ass off all year long, every year. And I bought a car, when I was 16 years old. And let me go somewhere else. This is not a good spot to park. And I pieced together income. I didn't make minimum. I didn't make, whatever it might have been, 12. But maybe I never thought about making $12,000 or $20,000 a year. I made like, $3,000 over the summer, or I made, $500 over the course of 3 weeks or something. So I get that, like, putting together a salary from one place is, I don't look at YouTube as a job. I look at YouTube as a supplement. Not even a supplement, but it's just like, it's a hustle. It's a side hustle. I don't look at it as a side hustle. How to put it? It's an interesting question. I look at it as a creative project that has the potential to grow, because you can see by example other people who have grown their channels into jobs. So to say that it's not a job is a little bit to I don't think that's entirely true. I mean, all I can do is make it myself. Yes, yes sir, I'm American, and I'm not trying to be offensive. Just question for debate. I appreciate the question for sure. And Ninja Cat Matt says here that Brandon, thank you for that question. It's a great question. I wouldn't think too deeply about it. Nobody is pressuring folks to give money. I love Tokyo Record Style and won't give money. Okay, he's still nice to me. No, but oh God, there's my guy. That's okay. You're okay. Daijoubu. That's my guy. 問題ない。問題ない。大丈夫。Okay, I'm just gonna move on from this topic a little bit, because I do think it's a significant. It's a non-insignificant amount of generosity and support, and I'm not hung up on it. I mean, I'm sitting here talking about it because I'm getting asked about it, but it's gotten me a new camera. It's gotten me like some new microphones and things, and it's like, I mean, this stuff has been coming out of my pocket, but I'm trying to level up the channel. Each case, this isn't about like going out for luxurious dinners or, I mean, okay, I bought a record maybe with my money, money, but like, it's just about trying to expand this project and be like, hey, look, there's a little self-sustaining project. Self-sustainability should be, maybe a goal for everybody, I would think. I mean, to be self-sustaining is, I think, worthwhile. Anyway, I appreciate the question. I didn't mean to go that deep on it, but there's other people I want to thank. Photo Weenie, thank you, Photo Weenie. If you're watching, Photo Weenie's, he's my tech support a little bit, as well as a member. Kevin made this, is leaving me incredibly inspiring comments on my videos, and also he's a paying member. Appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you always for your comments always brighten my day, really. Jonas Sandstrom, I hope you guys don't mind me calling you guys out. Jonas Sandstrom just joined like a couple weeks ago, and he left a comment that was like, yo, super stoked to have found your channel. I love it. I'm gonna sign up. I was very, very surprised and encouraged and said, wow, look, okay, if this dude's into it, then I guess I'm doing something right. So that feels good. So thank you very much, Jonas. I'm excited to have you here. Gary Harris, my homie Gary Harris, who sent me a bunch of super chats, a bunch of DMs, he's a paying member, and we've had a couple of exchanges, and I hope that I've returned some of Gary's. He's put out a couple of like, hey, he's put out a couple of like, here's something that would make it really worthwhile for me, not in so many words, but I just thank you, Gary. And there's a lot more to thank you, Gary, but thank you for that. JBB, I said, I want to send a big shout out to my friend Anahita. Anahita is, she kind of challenged me on a recent video, or in a DM. She challenged my participation in Rachel's Ghost TV show. She was like, why were you on that show, and why are you kind of invested in that? I don't know if she knows. She has the entire picture of the show, but she has been a supporter of mine for a very, very long time, and she has sent me letters over the years, and she's a postcard writer, and she's sent me some really wonderful things, and she's been really encouraging of the channel, and she shares my channel with other people who are in the party space, the dance party space, and kind of like legendary DJs, and she's like all about the dance party and elevating the vibration of the people, society at large, through music. So she's been a very great supporter from a long time ago. And my letter writing campaign, not completely inspired by her, but she's definitely a motivator for that. So thank you, Anahita. James Farley sent me a super chat in the last month. James, thank you so much for sending me a super chat. Marty had a really nice thing to say about Marty in Oregon, and I didn't get this out the other day. Marty and Rachel too, for that matter, they were on stream together and they were shouting me out, and I appreciated that. Rachel and Sue and Marty were shouting out tokyorecordstyle and on one of Rachel's live streams, and Marty had said some. Rachel was spotlighting the stickers that I had sent her, and I'm still saying, hey, if you want a sticker, then send me a message and I'll send you a Tokyo Record style sticker. And it's such a privilege to be able to give them away. It's like so fun. I love to send them out. It's really truly a opportunity to like put a letter in the mail. It's so fun. I wish everybody would do it more. It's just so fun to like get a letter in the mail. That's like every time Anahita sends me a postcard, I'm just like, oh, look at that. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's like as fun as music. It's really, really fun. And maybe if you're so inspired, like put a letter in the mail to somebody. It's so fun to just like wait until they get it. You know, they're gonna get it, and like then you forget about it, and they are totally unexpected, and then they say, "Hey, I got your letter," and you're like, "Oh, I forgot I sent it. I forgot even what I wrote." But Marty had said to me, "Oh, I love the sticker," or he said something like, "It's iconic," which I really took to heart. He said it's a really iconic design, and I'm surprised nobody has thought about it yet. And I was saying on my last stream that the best way to make a t-shirt, I want to make a t-shirt of it, but I don't really want it on white. I don't really wear white t-shirts so much. And it's hard to print color on black. It's not exactly easy. And the best way to do it is by doing silk screens. And silk screens are expensive because you have to make a silk screen, and this is where my stream got interrupted last time. Silk screens they're hard to make. Then you have to order t-shirts and you have to stock inventory, and you know, you don't sell extra small or extra large or something. So it becomes a little bit of a gamble. And but my friend Aichi, who is my kind of mentor, my artistic mentor, my photography mentor, he suggested that I make a stencil and spray paint t-shirts. That was a really cool idea. And so I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. Then it's like one-offs, and that got me thinking about another really fun idea. Is that I have collected maybe I don't even know how many, 200, 300 like record store bags from, you know, the various record stores. It gets to be like a little bit of a problem. It's like you're like collecting trash, you know. Like I've collected, because Japan has these like wonderful record store bags, the Tower Records or Disc Union, or you know, even the little indie shops. They all have they give you like a vinyl bag that probably costs them 50 cents to make. You know, it's like not an insignificant cost, but it's branded with their thing, and it looks really great, and they're proud of it, and you're proud of it, and maybe it's even more, to be honest. Maybe they're like $1 each. I wouldn't be surprised. Not sure, but at any rate, I collect them. I don't. I collect them, and what I've been thinking about is I'm gonna have a pop before too long. It's a big work in progress. I'm not ready to share about it yet, but I'm gonna have a pop-up before too long, and I think I'm probably gonna like buy and sell some records. Hey, Mitch, that's Mitch. I think he doesn't want to talk to me. He's out and is like walking around in his flip-flops. He's maybe a little haggard at the moment. So I thought about making a stencil, a big yellow circle stencil, and making another black and white stencil that has my little eye holes and my little smile face, and spray painting or painting on top of the record store bags my own logo on top of their logo as like almost like a forced collaboration. I got this idea from Big Love Records. Big Love Records is a really, really hip record store in Tokyo. It's where all the cool kids shop, and also where the cool kids want their records to be sold. And it's all new records. It's a really cool shop in Harajuku. It's kind of one of a kind, a little bit one of a kind. And she had a collaboration with BMW. And I don't exactly know how that collaboration came to be, but she's very fashion savvy, and she got somehow a collaboration with some launch of a new car with BMW or something like that. And they gave her like a little booth inside the showroom at one of the BMW stores. She embroidered. She's got a great lineup, or it's a couple sort of. They have a great lineup of Big Love t-shirts and hats and goods and stuff. They have a really great brand, and it's kind of a premium brand, which is why it works with BMW. And she embroidered her logo on some hats on top of the BMW logo, like offset, off kilter, like took BMW's hats with their logo, took them to a industrial sewing machine, and had her logo embroidered on top of the BMW logo so that you could see both the logos through each other. And it was fucking cool. It was really, really cool. And I got some inspiration from her. So I wanted to hear from Marty that he thought the design was iconic. Not that Marty is like particularly like, I don't know if he'd call himself design savvy or not. I'm or graphic savvy or whatever. I was just like, that was encouraging, because a lot of people scoffed at my logo when I first came up with it. And I'm actually going to eventually change my avatar to that logo. Oh, there's a new house. Okay, and then I think I wanted to say I didn't thank Grasshopper. I did thank Grasshopper. I want to thank Grasshopper one more time. And hold on, I'm gonna read some. I see some comments coming in. Let me just get to a spot here. I'm driving around. I don't want to like park in front of somebody's house for like 10 minutes and just like them be like, why is this guy parking outside my house? And there's not like there's a convenience store parking lot, but I'll just hang out here for a second. I gotta bounce here. Okay, I think I'm about there. The comment from Brendan was, hold on, a couple more. Herc is in the house. Hey, okay, let me see here. Brandon says, I don't think I would ever give money to a YouTuber. This is social network service, not NHK. If you think I'm wrong, please explain. No, that's okay. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want to do with your own money. And you should only give money to things that you think are of value to you. But I think there's a value for value proposition that we've generally like kind of lost with streaming in general and like the internet. I think like we've gotten accustomed to this notion that like content should be free, and there's so much of it that it should just be free all over the place, and that it's up to the content makers to get innovative about ways to subsidize their, or to make a business model that works for them, and content should be free. And I think some people are challenging that notion, and like news is one of them. The news has always been free, essentially paid by advertisers, and now there's basically like user owned media. That poses a problem of like whether it's fair and balanced. But a lot of people, I mean, if you know about I don't listen to this podcast, but what's it called? No Agenda. No Agenda is John C. Dvorak and Adam Curry of MTV fame and ESPN fame, and they call if you listen and watch their podcast, they basically riff on stories that their listeners give them. Their listeners give them stories that they want to read, and the way that the listeners promote their stories is kind of like in a Reddit way. Each listener has to doesn't have to pay, but if you if you pay, and the reason I mention them is because Adam Curry is considered the pod father. He's the guy who made the very first podcast. He got fired from MTV and then from ESPN, and he basically got blacklisted from every media company in America, that he eventually just was like, well, I'm just gonna start making my own channel and do this YouTube thing, or do this, podcast thing. And he's considered the first guy to have a podcast. And his model is, the users generate the funds. There's JBB in the house, dude. Late arrival. I mentioned the book fair simply because I know you did, because I thought you'd be interested, not because I wanted you to make a video. If you do go, might want to visit Red Fox Press. Okay, again, I'm reading the subtext there, JBB. So hold on, I'm going to come to your comment here in a second, and I can't go on forever because I got to get to work here. But I appreciate this engagement. I'm still saying to Brandon here, not NHK. If you think I'm wrong, please explain. So again, I think, if you want to take the NHK model and you want your content to be free, and, of course, those NHK guys, they're the worst, right? They're the bane of life in Japan. It's these NHK guys, I'm not going to go into it, but the government won't pay. They won't subsidize NHK, the national broadcaster here in Japan. They've never agreed to subsidize NHK. So NHK has to go door to door to collect their monies from people with a TV. And they have these people who show up at your house unsolicited, and they demand that you sign a contract. And it's this terrible business model, absolutely terrible business model. Everybody fucking hates them. And they should either make their channel like a cable news, or the government should pay for it. But they shouldn't go door to door and have some people pay for it and some people not pay for it. I think, and now I'm saying this, listening to myself, I'm wondering if it's actually the best business model. I wonder. Because it's actually similar to the one that I'm sort of defending for myself. But the catch with the NHK people is that once you you have to sign a contract, and once you sign the contract, you can never get out of it. And people have tried to sign the contract and gone to court and put their entire life savings defending themselves in court and have lost. And they've set precedent that the little guy who says he doesn't have a TV, and they claim that this little navigation thing in my car that I didn't ask for, because I can pick up NHK on this, I owe them. Even though I never watch their content, I owe them $25 a month. Or if I own a phone. So it's a bullshit kind of deal, most people think. But if you value something and you want to return something for your value, I think it's, if I may ask Brandon, and again, this is not to be snarky or anything, but it was something that, I'm 49, it was something that I've probably thought differently about the older I got. Now that I'm, it's not that I have expendable income, but when I see something that I really value, I just would, a concert ticket is a great example. I would always try to get in on the guest list. Who do I know? Can I get on the guest list? That was something I did through my 20s and 30s, and I got on tons of guest lists. Now I never want to get on a guest list. I do want to get the pass, but I want to buy the ticket. I always want to buy the ticket. And I don't even want to be caught on the guest list, unless the artist says, I already put you on the guest list, you're on the guest list. Or if the ticket's but I generally want to pay for the artist. So I think this YouTube space gives the opportunity for those who want to pay. And sometimes I'm one of those people who wants to pay. And it sounds like you're not one of those people. And same with Ninja Cat Matt. He's not one of those people who wants to pay. So that's fair. Kevin made this. Hey, Brian, just joined. Did I miss anything? Kevin made this. He's a supporter of the channel. I mentioned you on a list of people I wanted to send a very big thank you to. You'll have to scroll back and just listen, but I'll say to you now, Kevin, thank you for all your engagement on the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a member. I like your little green star that's next to your name. I'm just taking stock of the people who are supporting. Make a stencil, says Herkimer. Punk rock style. I agree, Herc. I should do it. Haha. I swear I typed that before you said it. Okay, groovy. Sorry, I'm behind on the accounts. Challenge? Changed my mind. TRS, no? Sorry, I'm behind. I kind of missed the comment. Sabado did that back in the early 90s. They screened their logo over the other band's t-shirts. That's cool. I've seen a few of them over the years. Yeah, I'm kind of into this idea. I like this idea. I think I'm going to get a stencil and I'm going to start. The only problem, yeah, the problem is that, you know, getting blank t-shirts is easy, but like getting ones that you want to, like, that might look, your logo like might look cool on top of, I don't know, like a old Nevermind shirt or an old Grateful Dead shirt or an old, you know, those t-shirts now cost like $500. James Farley in the house. James, I just sent you a big thank you. You sent me a super chat this month. I just wanted to take stock. This stream is about taking stock in the people who supported the channel. So James, thank you for doing that. James, I think, is a stand-up dude. I think James caught a little heat a while back, and he like did the right thing and made right by it, and I was impressed and it was inspiring. So James, respect to you, and thank you for that super chat a while back. And JBB, who kind of inspired this whole stream, because JBB, if you're listening, if you must be anonymous, fine, so be it. But if you, I would like the chance to engage with you offline and just to be able to say, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He's a guy who dropped his $10 super chat on a stream a little while ago and said, hey, this Tokyo Arts Book Fair is coming up. He just mentioned it in the super chat, and he said to himself, mentioned in the comment, I said to his comment, I know he's not suggesting that, but I'm reading it that way, and not in a bad way, in a positive way. I can't say it exactly. I can't say exactly what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. And I appreciated that. So again, he's defending himself here. I didn't say it for that reason. I know you're not. I know you didn't. But I appreciate it. And he's also saying, but if you do go, I might suggest Red Fox Press. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find Red Fox Press and I'm gonna talk to them. And I'm gonna tell them one of my YouTube guys suggested I come here and meet you and talk to you. And if you want to talk to us about your books, then let's make a little video. So thank you and that is something that I would like to be part of the membership things, like this kind of thing. Like if you have something that you would like to do, not that I want to be like a gopher or anything, but like if you have a great suggestion like this and it's meaningful for you to, you know, like, I'd love to do it. I'd love to have that kind of relationship. Are you different from NHK how you approach for donos? Yeah, I don't solicit donos. I don't go door to door. Brendan's asking me again. Are you different from NHK how you approach for donos? Yes, I don't go door to door knocking on anybody's door. I don't demand that you sign a contract and that you never can get out of it. All I am saying is, you know, if you value the content, and that's all anybody who's saying about super chats. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Tokyo Sam doesn't ask for money. I shouldn't feel guilty. I should feel guilty to not pay you and just go to Sammy. I should feel guilty to not pay you and just go to Sammy. Dude, you can go wherever you want to, Brandon. You can go. I love for you to be here. You don't have to. It's not about. This isn't about. All I want to do on this particular stream is to just have a little gratitude stream. I'm not going to talk about it every time, but I just want to, want to take stock in those who have been supportive, and I feel it, and I'm motivated by it, and not just the like monetary contributions, but from all the contributions, from the chats, the super chats, the likes. By the way, if you're like enjoying, hit the like button. And then I'm just asking for the etiquette here about donos. Yeah, there's no etiquette. I mean, there's no etiquette. If you feel like, if you're so inspired to contribute, by all means do. And Dallas says on behalf of Brendan. That's funny. Oh shit, $5 on behalf of Brandon. Thank you, Dallas K. That's nice and funny. That's funny. There you go, Brandon. Thank you for all the engaging comments. It was a teamwork. You guys are like a superhero duo. You and Dallas SK. Dallas, thank you so much. I gotta send a big shout out to Mike. Mike has. Oh man, I'm just like going for it here. Let me take a breath. I am waiting to send Mike a. I am waiting to send Mike a big thank you. Mike, my friend Mike, has written me a couple of emails, and I failed to reply to a very, very thoughtful message. Mike, if you're watching this, I will send you a reply here very soon, and I very much appreciate the very thoughtful messages you've sent me. Just give me a little bit of time. Sometimes I'm one of these people who I procrastinate. Like I want to sit down, like somebody's done something really nice for me and I want to reciprocate in kind, and I just don't want to write like a pithy, oh, thanks so much, or I don't want to just like simply add a heart. I make these intentions for myself. I make these intentions for myself to write a very thoughtful reply, and I need to sit down, I need to think about it, and I need to like write. And then the day passes, then 2 days pass, and then I get stressed, and then it's like, it piles up, and then it's like, and then I end up not doing, and then I end up having to like apologize for being, and it's like one of these kinds of things. Okay, here we're at the end. Brandon, I never paid Brian yet. Just here for moral support. Herc, thank you for your moral support. I appreciate it. Herc's a great supporter of the channel. Anybody who leaves a comment and a like, and like it's not so, I didn't mean to overcomplicate it. tokyorecordstyle, you're just talking to us. You're just talking to us. Yes, that's all I'm doing. I'm just talking to you. I mean, that's all. I'm talking to you. I'm also taking you with me on my journeys, my adventures around. I'm also, for better or worse, singing to you and singing songs to you, having little concerts for you. I'm also, acknowledging with your comments and engaging with you. So I'm not sure if you're like dismissing me or what, but I appreciate the conversation. But okay, so I again, just Bryce, Jim, Barry, Dude, Photo Winnie, Kevin, Jonas, Gary, JBB, Anahita, James, Marty, 4D, I'll throw out there, who left heaps of great comments on my channel over the months. You guys who are all engaging with me here, anybody who's come and been part of the Tokyo shuttle service, I didn't even thank those guys. Jeremy, Dallas, Mike, Matt, and and a handful of people. There's been like, I'm like on number 10. It's real. Oh, and God forgive me, I'm forgetting 2 gentlemen. Anyway, those guys too, you know who you are, my California, Washington, and Nevada friends. It's been really, really great, and I'm just like, I'm really stoked. I'm just really stoked, and I'm happy to have like some wind at my tail. It feels really positive, and I wanted to just take stock, and I got interrupted on the last 2 times I tried to do this, so I just wanted to make like a full-fledged college effort. So I always like to say, wait, okay, Brendan's really giving me some pointed questions. What is the price for that? I know the time for a lawyer or psychiatrist. Don't flake out on this, please. I'm not flaking out on anything. But I kind of don't appreciate the tone anymore, to be honest. I think you're just kind of prodding at this point. If it's not for you, Brandon, then just go, there's heaps of channels out there. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. That's okay too, A lot of retracted comments here. Brian, you didn't thank the guy that returned your glasses at the train station. I didn't? You didn't thank the guy that returned my glasses at the train? I think I did. Did I not? Oh God, I should send him some cakes if I didn't. I can do that. I know where he is. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I thanked him. Now you're making me feel I'm like Frances McDormand. Was it her who was she the one in like Fargo? She forgot to like thank her mother. No, it wasn't her. Who was it? There was one actress who was like forgot to thank her mother, and then some interviewer told, no, you thanked her. She said, no, I didn't, when she gave her Oscar speech. No, you did. I didn't. And then the interviewer said, no, look, you did. And he showed her the video and she was like, oh my God, I did. I did. I thought I didn't. I'm sure I thanked him, even though he was kind of mean to me. No, I'm sure I thanked him. Don't tell me. Well, I'll go check. I'll go check those videos. Okay. ありがとうございます。本当にありがとうございます。すごい嬉しい。I'm very, very happy for all the channel support. And I appreciate the spirited engagement with Brendan too, and everybody else. And yeah, I'm going to try to just take stock every now and again. And, you know, for all those people I didn't mention, I hope I got you in there. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. It's not my main motivator, but it helps. And it makes me want to do more. It makes me be like, okay, now I have a whole new disc. You know, I got 8 new terabytes to fill up with new videos. So I'm going to get out there and make some more video at 4K. And I'm going to, every little opportunity I have to put some energy into this space, I'm going to keep doing that. And it's bringing me an immense amount of satisfaction and joy. And you guys are part of that. Ooh, here comes this thing is the Japanese Rolls Royce. I don't know what that thing, it's like a Presidente or something. It's the Century. It's a Century SUV. Whoa. Okay. お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます. Just keep swinging away. Appreciate it, Gary Harris. I'll see you guys on the next stream. I think I got another couple interesting things coming up, so be on the lookout. All right, until next time. Thanks for hanging out with this take 2, and forgive me all the little hiccups that I have with the audio and the other things. I wish I could get a little earpiece that you could guys say to me, Brian, your audio's off. Brian, you got a booger in your nose. Brian, you know, there's a question that needs to be answered, but I don't know how to do that. If you guys have a suggestion on how to get that system going, then I'm all ears. All right, until next time, peace out. Later. Rachel's on today later, I think. Go tune in. All right, bye.